All right, Southwest Conference Fantasy League. First video of the year, although not really a video. I'm doing something a little bit different. I've got some software on my computer that I'm using for editing purposes, and so I was thinking maybe do this more like a podcast moving forward. If you like it like this and you prefer it this way, I'm going to keep it this way. If you don't like it and you prefer me to keep doing videos, I can keep doing videos. It doesn't really matter one way or another. This just gives me a little bit more options, a little bit more editing possibilities, that kind of thing. If I screw something up, I don't have to just start all over, that kind of thing. So I do have some video editing software, but it's not very good, and I'm not very good at it. So I can do better with the audio stuff. So September 6th, season kicks off. We need to be thinking about our fantasy draft date. So we can do the typical thing that we've done in the past, the Saturday or Sunday. Usually that right before Labor Day weekend is what we've done. So this year that'd be August 25th or the 26th, whatever works for y'all. But if nobody's doing anything on Labor Day weekend and you just rather do it then, the first or the second works for me. I don't really have any problems with that. I'm fine with it. It doesn't make any differences to me whatsoever. It's just really what the league wants as far as I'm concerned. So we need to pin that down, though, pretty soon. So text me, call me, passenger pigeon, singing telegram, whatever works for you, Pony Express. But let's try to figure out what we want, what's going to work for everybody within the next week or so. That way people can start game planning for their draft and that kind of thing. You probably should be doing some mock drafts at this point. I would recommend it. Be thinking about who your sleepers are going to be. Be thinking about your keeper too. A lot of you guys haven't set your keeper yet. You can always change it if somebody goes down in the preseason, that kind of thing, practice, whatever. And that happens. I mean, there's already been a handful of players that have been lost for the season. Hunter Henry, one of the ones that was lost very early on. Bummer there, young tight end, a lot of potential. So just some things to be thinking about, guys. Our dues, of course, they need to come in. You can get that to me. Whatever works best for you. Just keep in mind, if you want to PayPal it to me, that does cost me a little bit of money to get it in that type of transaction. Not much, like 60 cents, but I'd really rather just give me a check or something. That way I can put it in the bank. I can keep it in an account, and that's what I've done in the past. And then when the season ends, whoever wins, I just cut them a check immediately for the $200. So looking forward to a great year, guys. I've been having a lot of fun in this league, and it sounds like from me talking to everybody else really likes this league and is having a good time in it. We do have one new guy that replaced John McAvoy. So Cody's in the league. Cody was originally in the league the first year, but before the league started, bowed out just from personal commitments and that kind of thing, family commitments, didn't really have the time to play, and so he didn't actually play with us. So even though he was one of the ones that I guess started the league, hasn't actually ever played with us before, but he'll be taking over John's team, and he'll be assuming a keeper off of that team. I believe he's already set it as Deshaun Watson at this point. My keeper is David Johnson. Unless something happens, I'm not changing that. I don't mind telling y'all. I've already got it set on the website. So be thinking about getting your keepers taken care of. Be watching these preseason games. You can learn a lot. If nothing else, checking out the box scores. It's a great way to strategize. So I'm looking forward to it. I did mention I've got some recording software. Y'all may have seen, I was experimenting a little bit with some prank phone calls, that kind of thing. And I was putting them out there on this channel. I've taken them off. So if you're wondering where they went, they moved to a specific channel just set up strictly for that. It didn't fit the narrative with this. This is about fantasy football. This is about sports in general, that kind of thing, and just a way for us to communicate and talk about that. So that's why I took them off. Now, if you liked them, if you're into that, I've actually gotten better at it with some of the recording software and got kind of an inline thing going on with the phones now. So it works a lot better. If you like those kind of things, check them out. I'll put the link to the channel in this description. It's in a Longmont Potion Castle kind of vein. If you're not familiar with him, he's been active since the late 80s as far as I can tell. Puts out some really great stuff. You can check out his website, longmontpotioncastle.com. He's got some really great tracks out there, just some pretty hilarious stuff. I've got a few of his albums that I've purchased, and they're really excellent. So give him a listen too if you really like those kind of things. We'll be in touch, guys. Again, looking forward to a great season.